Hi, my name is Ghoulish Face, and I've been working on a project for a pretty long time. I still have a lot more to go on it, but I was thinking about vlogging about it, so that's what this is. Um, it started, I guess, years ago. I have another video where I went through like an old tote of art, but I guess it kind of started from there. Originally, I wanted to make a comic, and I just kind of keep developing the story from because it was kind of I don't know, I don't want to say childish, but it was kind of childish. Like the art was very simple, and I kind of had a lot to go, and my skills was just drawing and art. I think I still do, but but I've been working on that for a long time, and just learning how to build stories and stuff like that. And I've been also really interested in just a bunch of other random stuff, just costume design, character design, just hair, just wigs and makeup and everything that goes along with just I guess making movies in a way too. I'm still kind of researching movies. I kind of somewhat kind of this year decided maybe I would want to be a movie director one day, and that's not something I would have wanted as a kid or a teenager, or even in my 20s. Even 5 years ago, if I ever had the thought of ooh, do I want to be a movie director, I probably would have been completely uncomfortable with the idea of just telling people what to do, or kind of I don't want to say bossing around people, but just directing people, I guess is a better word for it. It's just I was really uncomfortable with that idea. But I don't know if it's just because I'm older, or just I'm used to just yelling at my other coworkers, just being can we please just do the correct thing instead of just fucking around. But that's pretty much led me to this project that I've recently have been toying with the idea of just kind of building off of instead of just a comic, just maybe also a video, maybe one day a movie. But I'm working more on the main story that I've been building up in my head since years ago. I kind of have I've been passively writing that, but it's just I want to, I guess, kind of showcase my ideas and my character designs and just stuff that I have kind of rolling around my head, without just kind of showing the whole big thing that I have been working on for years. So I've been trying to write these short stories that kind of are in the same I guess world or universe in this story that I have in my head. And I want to make videos with that, and I've been kind of toying with the idea of how do I want to go about making videos of this thing, where it's just I only really have myself and maybe my boyfriend to help me, but it's just I was trying to figure out how to do that, and I had this idea of this character who right now I kind of have here. I'll show you this. I have this book, this journal that I've been kind of keeping some of the ideas in. It's kind of covered in cat hair. Everything is covered in cat hair. Anyway, I have this kind of clown character that I drew years ago. The glare is kind of awful on it. So I've been kind of trying to make a character kind of similar, based off of this, which isn't really based off of anything. It was just I think a random I don't think it was Inktober, but it was an Inktober list of drawing prompts for Halloween. And I think one was clown or clown girl. I don't know if I just chose a clown girl, but I've been kind of thinking of that character, just kind of telling these stories, these short stories that I'm going to write. And well, I'm in the process of writing them, but here's some more makeup, just kind of trying to figure out clown makeup. But So yeah, I'd be this clown character, kind of like, and like this. I got this journal specifically from Barnes and Noble. When I saw it, just because I always go and buy too many books when I have books to read, but I bought it there because I was thinking of like this character reciting from a book, like these stories, and just kind of like it kind of has to be like, I kind of want it to be like, this is kind of big, but I kind of want it to be bigger than this because I want them to like pull out props and like stuff from the story. Like one story I years and years ago, I bought this like just like corded phone just randomly because I thought it was like, it's kind of ugly and that's why I liked it. But I was just like always thought of the idea of just like, what if it just like randomly rings, even though there's no like cords, or and it probably doesn't work because something's like rattling around in it. I was like, oh, what if it like rang one night? So I keep writing a story about that. And I was thinking about like, oh, what if I did the character just like had the book open and then like pulled the phone out of the book and just stuff like that I've been thinking about. But then it's just like, I don't know if the entire time I want it to be like me just as the character, just like telling the story, even though I'm gonna add like other things. I want to add like other like makeup things because I'm also really interested in like special effects makeup. But I was thinking about like, because this is also like, I don't know, I have a very, especially now, I have a very like love-hate relationship with drawing. I do really like drawing, but then I just have, especially after years of trying to, because I think I gave myself burnout trying to draw this comic because I was working on it like every day. It got to the point where like, I'm like, okay, I'm drawing a little like square, like a little, part of the story in a square every hour, every day after I get off work. And I seriously burnt myself out to the point where it's just like, I'm just trying to even just enjoy drawing again. That's why I just been like mostly just like sketches and nothing finished. But so I was thinking about drawing a comic, but then I was just like, I don't want to burn myself out again. I don't know if I'll like it. I'll probably get back into a perfectionist loop. So that's something I'm working on. That's a whole thing I'm gonna have to work on myself with. But so I was thinking, do I want to intersperse like in the videos of me reciting this story as a character with like a magical book? Do I want to like slightly animate, not like actually animate stuff because that's going to take forever and I know I will hate that. I just have never been interested in animation, even though like people have like tried to recommend me to like go to school for animation or something. It's just like, I don't think that's for me. That's not a skill set that I don't think I have. I think drawing comics is about my limit with like drawing, if not just like some illustrations here and there, but that's probably more my speed, honestly. But I've been very adamant about making this comic because also I was thinking about like writing books, but it's just like, I think I'd be more comfortable with writing like short stories instead of just like a whole book because I don't think I'm that great with words. I very much am like a visual person. I mean, if this wall doesn't really like give you that idea, I just really like, because I just really understand more things with like being shown something rather than being like told something. I just don't really understand. I'm just not good with words, either hearing them, because half the time I can't even hear, either just like understand, like comprehending the word. Like I can comprehend words, but it's just like, I don't know. I paused because I was just thinking about like recently I hate hearing people being like, I don't like rap music, I can't understand what they're saying. I can't understand anyone in any song ever unless I hear the song a couple times. I don't know if it's like, I think I've heard like the phrase audio processing disorder, so I don't know if I have that, but it's just like I never understand anyone's words, like especially if it's only hearing them like once in a song. That's like, I also have issues with like trying to hear people while other sound is going on. That's probably what an audio processing disorder is, but I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, I really like visuals, so I was either wanting to draw a comic or make videos or like I said, one day maybe make movies, but right now I just have me, myself, and I to make things, and with the budget of my job, also trying to live, that's a bunch of challenges I'm gonna have to overcome, but I feel like I can. But anyway, so to give you more of an idea of like what this character is gonna be, this clown character, I was thinking about, because again, I also am really into like costume design and costuming. My cat's on a scratcher, sorry. I was making, I should get some notepad from work, but this is like a costume I was thinking for like a video of like making these, because I'm just like, I really want this character to be like kind of like a clown or like a jester type of thing. That's also like kind of like popular these days, I feel like, but these are kind of like some ideas for some outfits I was thinking, because I also wanted like a consistent, like, not like theme, oh, there are themes. I'll get into that in a minute, but there's just like some things that was just like, I think I always wanted her to have a hat. I think I also want her to have like a collar. I was thinking like this outfit, even though her legs are exposed, I think she's also gonna always like have like pretty much like everything covered. And not in like a, that's not to say it's gonna be like a, she's modest or something. It's more of like a, she's supposed to come across as like a puppet or like a doll. So I just kind of like want her to like not really show any skin, in the way of like, I don't want her, she's gonna be shaped like a human, but I don't know if I want her to come across as like fully human. So I think a good way to do that is to not show like skin, like human skin, because her face is going to be painted. But yeah, those are just some like costume ideas I have for her. These keep changing, so I don't know if these are going to be like the final result. This is also like, again, on my budget, what I can get my hands on, what I can make. I have a little sewing machine, like sewing situation out in the living room, because I also have a supportive boyfriend who isn't going to be like, you have shit everywhere, you have the sewing machine out. It's like, sorry, it's gonna always be out. But he's been pretty supportive of all my little ideas. I got this thing, speaking of budget, I went over budget with this. I got this thing because I saw it on TikTok, but it wasn't like advertised on there. It was like someone was showing that I put stickers all over mine, and they're all mostly like horror themed for like inspiration. But don't play with that cord. It's like a little laptop thing that you can just like whip out and like type, and it's been helping me because like my laptop is always just like out of battery, and then like on my computer, well, I got a more comfortable chair now. It used to be I just wasn't really like comfortable just like sitting there forever trying to write or trying to like think of ideas, so I didn't want to like sit there. So then this has just been kind of helping me just type, because it's like the whole thing with this is supposed to be like distraction free, and it is, because it truly is just a word processor. It's just for typing words. That's all you can really do on it. There's no games, there's no nothing else. I put my favorite, these girls are Sugar Bones, the like on Instagram, and I found her originally on Instagram, but she makes these really cute stickers and pins of them. I think I have a pin of her. I think I bought a pin of her. I don't know where it went though. But I put my favorites because Ginger Snaps and Carrie are some of my favorites. I also really like The Ring. I was reading the books. I like the books, except for the very last one. I did not like that one. I like Jennifer's Body, but I mean, I like all these, but so I have that to, this has been helping me just kind of like, I haven't really finished anything yet, but it's been really helping me just being able to like write stuff out and just kind of like okay, I don't want that, I'm just gonna like, you know, throw it to the side or delete it. But that's been helping me. But it is expensive, so if you're interested in it, it's definitely gonna have to like save up for it. But yeah, those are just some of my ideas. Oh yeah, and then I think I also had a thing in here about like, because another like part of this project, especially with like all the outfits and like I'm gonna have a like I'm gonna have to like have a, like a little set, kind of like I want to do something similar to this, except not with like these pictures, because this is like by my vanity. But I want like things on the walls and like props and stuff, and kind of like along the lines of like I got that phone from like a thrift store. I want like my outfits, I want the props, I want like pretty much everything that like I use for this project. I really want it to be either be like handmade or something I already had or something thrifted or like secondhand. I don't really want it, I mean, except for stuff for like makeup, because like hygiene wise I can't really like buy second, I mean you can buy makeup secondhand, it's just like kind of gross. But because you'd never truly know if it's like buying makeup from fucking TJ Maxx. You never truly know if someone has like stuck their fingers in it and just like, I don't know, picked their nose before. I don't know. It's just gross. But yeah, if I can help it, I just want like pretty much like everything that goes into this like project to be like, I don't want to make a prominent promise of like everything is going to be sustainable, everything is going to be green, but it's just like I want to, as much as I can help, I want to for it to be like more sustainable and more like, because I also want that look of like, not like homemade. I get, yeah, I kind of want like a homemade look to it. I don't want it to be like completely like shiny and like sterile, because I don't like that look. As I don't know if you can see that I kind of like clutter and things to be lived in. But those are just some things that I want for this project. I also have, I kind of do things too much also in a way, where it's just like, I have this vision for these short stories, because all of these short stories have been inspired by like old drawings of mine. So I went through that old art tote in that video months ago, and I pulled out like my favorites of like my favorite like themes, or like just pictures I thought I drew that were really cool, or just like things that had ideas that like I really wanted to just kind of like improve upon. And so I already have like all these stories like kind of like planned out, and like I have 3 like books, even though they're gonna be videos, they're gonna be like 3 books. So I have them all like kind of like planned out of like which order I want like each story to be in, if they're gonna be in like the first, second, or third book. I don't know, there might be books, maybe, I don't know. This is all up in the air. Like I said, I just kind of put this into action, or like am like still in the process of like figuring stuff out, but like the main ideas and main themes and main like visuals are kind of like all planned out. But it's basically each one, in as much as I can help, I kind of want it to get like increasingly weirder and weirder. So like the visuals get like increasingly weirder, and like I guess the theme's a little bit more like esoteric, I guess, is what I'm aiming for. But I also think like through each book, I want the clown, or the storyteller, let's just call her the storyteller. I want the storyteller to like kind of like change her look. And it is based on something. It's like a backstory of a backstory. It would be really, it might be, I'm also trying to organize this so it's not too confusing, but it is going to be like I don't know. How do I explain it? They are referencing something, but like it'll be a backstory to a backstory, I guess. Yeah. Because I have... But either way, she's gonna look different through each book. Because, like, I also have this one wig. The wig that's in this picture that I'm trying to, like, style. Did I have it down here? No, it's in the closet. This wig is also gonna, like, change. So that's also why I want to get more into wigs. Because this wig is just, like, you just pop it on. It's not really a lay down lace or, like, glue it on type of situation. But I'm more interested in that for maybe, like, the other, like, books if I get that far. But I will get that far. I think so. I've been pretty good about, like, writing down ideas for this and, like, keeping some things organized. That's why I got this journal, to, like, write down stuff. I need to kind of update it. But yeah, that's like that's the main, like, that's the main kind of, like, feeling. Also, these are all going to be, like, horror. I should have mentioned that at the beginning. I don't know if I should have. Did I? Whatever. These are all going to be, like, horror stories or scary stories, but I don't know if I should elaborate on, like, what kind of horror I like best, because, like, there's a lot of, like, subgenres to horror. And I don't think a lot of people, like, realize that, because it's just, like, personal, like, conversations I've had. I get frustrated with people very easily when it comes to, like, talking about horror, because I find that a lot of the times that they just want to get scared. That's it. But then they get annoyed with jump scares. And it's just kind of like, I don't know, what's scary is very, like, kind of, like, personal. So it's just like, it's really hard to be like, oh yeah, here, like, take this. I guess is a good example. Like, oh, Crimson Peak could be, like, silly to some people and then, like, really scary to other people. But it's just like, I don't know, I really like, I'm trying to find a common theme, because I do like I like Death Becomes Her, and I like Scream, some of the movies. I like The Ring. I really like The Long Legs. But I know, like, even that, it's just like, because I see a lot of stuff about, like, Long Legs being, like, not that scary when it was promised to be, like, the scariest movie ever. And it's just like, well, some people probably thought it was, like, the scariest thing ever, and then other people thought it was silly. And, like, people like me, I thought it was really fun, and I really want to see it again. But I have a poster. It's not up. You can barely see my other posters. Do you see my Nosferatu? That one's from the theater, though. This Long Legs ones I just bought off Etsy or something. But it's canvas. Oh. This is it. But it's canvas. So I couldn't just, like, pin it up. I think it's just the house. But see, like, I really like Long Legs. So I don't know. But I don't know if I could compare like the horror that I write, because I feel like a word that comes to mind a lot is melancholy. Like, the stories I write are always okay. They're always kind of sad, like, a little bit, not like tearjerker, I would say, not all the time, but I would say that there's, like, kind of like a melancholy, like, vibe to it. I would say it's mostly like, well, paranormal. I really like monsters. I really like drawing monsters. I really like reading about them. So yeah, there's a lot of critters in my stories. That's why I keep rewriting them, because I think I could do more with them. I'm just like, I'll write a story and I'm like, I could have done more with that critter, or I could have done more with, like, that ghost, or could have done something scarier. So I keep rewriting stuff. But I also really like reading. I also kind of wanted to talk about books. I keep thinking about, like, making YouTube videos about books, but then it's just like, I probably have one on my fucking channel where it's just like I sit down and I'm like, I thought it was good. I don't know how to explain things. I'm not good with words. That's why I want to do visual things. But and right now I'm reading When the Wolf Comes Home. Nat Cassidy has quickly become one of my favorite authors. One of his first books I read was Mary. Well, he only has like a couple books out, but I read Mary. That's a very long book, but the cover's on the... I really like the cover. I really like just everything about it. The colors, the like how it's like... I don't even know if it's a photograph or if it's like a painting or something. But that book was just, I don't know, definitely hit a soft spot, which I guess I like to write about too, or just like stuff where it's just like it will hit like a soft spot. I guess that's why I call it melancholy or kind of sad. Anyway, back to what I was reading. I really like this so far. I gotten, if you can see I'm like halfway through, but I've been liking this one a lot. I always like his stories. I have another one. I have this short story of his too. I didn't think I was ever gonna like find this like a physical copy. I thought I'd have to just like buy it on my Kindle. But I don't know, I get really hype about books and then I buy them and I don't read them for like months and then I completely forgot what this is about. But I'm excited for it because I remember being excited when I heard the premise. But there is... that was chair squeaking. But I've been trying with this next book. This is just like I saw the title in the store and I was like, what is that? It was in the romance section. Now, I know romance is like very, very popular right now, but I am like all I read is horror. Like all I really like is kind of just like, if it's not paranormal or weird in some way, I really am not like all that interested in it, to be honest. But I mean, this one is weird. This is what it's called. Cosmic Love at the Multiverse Hair Salon. And the real reason why I'm gonna like, because I was just like, I read the title, I saw that was in the romance section, I was just like, what is that? So I was reading the back, and it's a sapphic story. So that's when I was just like, okay, I don't really like reading about men, but I'll read about lesbians. And then I have this one, the Invocations. The cover is pretty cool. I read... what's it called? What is it called? She has another book. Tell me what else you wrote. Tell me. Girl. House of Hollow. It's on the fucking cover. It's House of Hollow. She wrote House of Hollow, and I read that one, and I feel like if I was a teenager again, I would have like absolutely loved... I like the book. I'm not saying I hated it or anything. I would have really liked it, like, as a teenager, I think, just like how the one sister, I'll try not to spoil anything, but how the one sister, because she is a fashion designer, and I really wanted to be a fashion designer when I was younger, but, just how she's, like, very, like, witchy and very, like, I don't know, kind of gothic, I guess, in a way, but, I don't know, it was just, like, the aesthetics and the rest of the story, how like paranormal it is. I would have really liked it as a kid because I like would come home excitedly to watch like Discovery, like ghost shows on Fridays, like every Friday. I lived for those for like a hot minute when I was a kid, but yeah, I would have really liked that book as a kid. The only thing that bugs me about it as an adult is who the kind of like, there is an antagonist that's like, I guess, chasing them throughout the whole book, the main characters, but then there's kind of like a surprise antagonist, I guess, at the end, and I didn't really like that because I don't really like how I I don't know, should I say it like that? I was gonna say I don't like how certain people or certain like things are portrayed all the time, because I didn't really agree that she was like an antagonist in any way, but everyone got mad at her at the end of the book when they like found everything out, and I was just like, you're not like a little understanding, whatever. But I'm excited for this book. Again, I don't even really remember what it's about, but I really liked her other book, so I give that one a try. This one I really liked. Annihilation. Yeah, that's what it's called. I really liked Annihilation. I read that somewhat recently, but I read the rest of the series. I like the rest of the series. It's just I really like the first one. I don't know if anything could have like, because also the scariness of the first one came from like you didn't know what the hell was going on. So I mean, you still kind of don't know what the hell is going on. There's a fourth one that just came out not that long ago. I'm waiting for the paperback to come out because I really like paperbacks. But I have this from the same author, Dead Astronauts. I bought it and didn't realize there is a first like book to it. I thought, because I think I heard something about like there is a book that goes before this, but I thought it was like an anthology or something. I thought I could just read this, but then I was about to read it and then I looked it up. I was like, oh, is there a first part? And from what I could figure out from like the first page of Google, it was like you should probably read the first one. I was like, well, that's another book I need to like go find, because every time I go to this bookstore that I got this one from, they don't have it. They don't have the first one, so I'm just gonna have to buy it offline, I guess. That's why I've been reading. I read a bunch to get more inspiration. I was gonna say, I know I'll watch stuff. I'll watch YouTube videos about like, I was gonna say, I remembered what I actually watch on YouTube. I watch a lot of Defunctland and just like random stuff that's just like not really related. Cause I don't know, it was more so when I was like younger, I would watch like paranormal, like top 10 CCT scariest like real life videos. I'll watch those. Like there's like some where like I know exactly like I know the exact video. I know like the minute I see like the first like few seconds of that video, I'll like completely recognize it, because there's only like so many like CCTV like scary ghost videos or whatever. But I used to do that. I haven't done that much now. I used to do that to myself a lot, where like I would watch a bunch of like paranormal stuff on YouTube and then like try to go to sleep and then get scared. But and then I think I even like, I'm gonna sound stupid, but be prepared. I think I don't say I found Corpse Husband before he blew up, but I would like genuinely watch his like scary story narrations, and I believe it was him that had the 2-hour like forest ranger like scary stories that he like, and that was like my favorite video that I kept like going back to and just like draw. Like again, this was during the time where I burnt myself out drawing every day, like all day every day. But yeah, that was my favorite video. I had a bunch of them, like scary story narrators. They got their stories from like Reddit and stuff like that, but like Lazy Masquerade was a one I would always go back to. There was one with like, his profile picture was like a skeleton in an astronaut suit or something. I forget his name, but there's a lot of them I would listen to, and then I would get scared and then I couldn't sleep very well. Oh well. But yeah, I don't have really any like shows I watch a lot. I watch a lot of YouTube, but now it's just like normal Reddit stories, I guess, instead of just like just the scary ones. Was there something else I was gonna talk? Oh, I also got into doll customizing, and I got a new doll that, because I guess I don't have any right here. Yes, I do. I got her. And I have Sasha right here. I got her. So I liked collecting dolls, obviously, since I was a kid, but there was one that I would always look at online. I would always see like all these pretty pictures of all these customized dolls and like all these cool ways that people customize them, and I just never bought one. And I finally did buy one because I kept seeing people like customize them as like women characters in horror especially. But I just got inspired, and what I really wanted to do was make her look like the character I'm going to make in this video, and like have it in like the background, so it's just kind of unsettling where like you're looking at someone and then you see like a little mini version of them in the background. So I got her kind of like the same color wig as that wig in the pictures I showed you, but she is shedding still a lot. Hair is coming off a lot. That happens with new dolls a lot. Since I learned how to reroot hair, I understand why that happens, but yeah, she has a lot. They also gave it, I bought her off of the This Is Blythe, because this is a Blythe doll. I think there's pull-up dolls that look kind of similar. They're different, but I got a Blythe doll. She kind of like, I don't know, maybe because I got her out of the box, and like also look how strange their head is shaped. The shape of the head, it like threw me off, and just like she's also kind of like, can you see? She's also kind of like looking down, like a little bit too much. I have a double chin if I do that, but you know what I mean? Like, it's just, she's kind of looking down. And I thought it was just like, did I get a fake one? But the whole gimmick with these dolls is their eyes change. She has a string in the back of their head, and you have to hold them pretty firm, I guess, if you want to show other people. But she also is very squeaky. But yeah, her eyes change and they change direction, but I wanted a little version of like my character in the background and her there. But I need to figure out, because I've customized some Monster High dolls, so I'm like pretty comfortable with like pulling off their head and like ripping their hair out. I'm very used to that now. I've disassembled more Monster High dolls than I've actually like customized like fully. I have 2 that I fully customized, and then 2 that are just kind of like waiting to be finished. But she's gonna be a new challenge to customize. I might make a video about it too, if I'm gonna keep vlogging like my little creative journey of like this whole project that I want to do. But because they have screws in the back of their head, so you like take these out, and I was like, okay, so you take them out and you pull. No, you also have to like squeeze their head and like, you know, pop it open. And I'm like, oh, I didn't know that part. I don't know if I'm comfortable with that, because I'm scared of breaking her, because she was expensive. It was under $100, but it was still like, oh, that's kind of pricey for like a doll. But I guess it's a doll with like mechanics, so maybe that's what the price came from. She's super dang cute though. Like, I kind of like dolls, like kind of like along the lines of like the stories that I like. I kind of like something with like a little bit more of like a twist, or like something more interesting than just kind of like just very like kind of like plain like this. But I think she's cute. I appreciate that the website, I kind of feel bad saying, oh, it might be fake, because I never held one, so I don't know if it's like fake or not, but I'm assuming not, because it seemed like the right website. I don't know, but they gave her a dress either way, so either way they're nice. She's not a naked doll hanging out, because I didn't know what else to put her in. I have like extra Bratz clothes that I got from my mom's house from like when I was a kid, but other than that I don't really have extra stuff laying around. I have a lot of like scrap fabric and like old clothes that I plan on using as scrap fabric, so I could have like done a little. I just sewing little clothes. This is why I stopped working on one of the customized Monster High dolls, because sewing tiny clothes will make you go insane. I can do tedious stuff. I have been making these like little like song bracelets. I've been working on Lady Gaga's new like, this is Perfect Celebrity, if you can see that. But I've been working on all these little, oh, this one's a ghost one, it says Satanized. But I've been working on all these little like bracelets that have like little song titles. This is fine. I can do tedious stuff and like string all these beads and even these little like colorful like braided stuff, like things. Like I can do tedious stuff. It's just, it's also tiny. Whatever. I think that's all I wanted to talk about for now. Trying to think of other things. Oh, there was one other thing. Oh, I was gonna mention it earlier, but then I completely like forgot about it. So when I was talking about wanting to like animate or like put like little comic like or like little picture or illustrations interspliced with video of me like telling my little short stories, I got an idea when my boyfriend showed me a TikTok that was like talking about like Super 8 cameras. That would be expensive. So I was thinking, what if I like acted out like little scenes in the story and shot them with like an old camera, not necessarily Super 8. Maybe I still have to figure out everything on that, but I was thinking about like maybe like just like an older camera or something to shoot like little videos on of just like maybe like a scene from the comic or something, but or like a scene in the story. But that's another thing that I have to like research more and like look more into, because I don't want to just like up and buy an expensive like old camera and then be like, what the hell do I do with film and how do I get it? Yeah, I'm gonna have to like research all that and to figure out how much that would all be. And just like a very very short like researching Super 8 cameras, it can be like very expensive. So people recommended it for like special occasions instead of just like randomly shooting. So maybe just like a video I try it out for or something. Try out different formats. Maybe one video is like showing just like illustrations. Maybe another video is just like very very just like basic animated, like an action is done, like someone's hand moves or like something moves, like one thing, like, and not just like very like smoothly, because it'll probably just be on my iPad, because that's where, no, I've been drawing more. I was gonna say I draw mostly on my iPad. No, because it keeps running out of battery. I might have to upgrade it so that I have one that like I go to use it and it's not like fully dead after like a day of just sitting around. But lots of stuff to think about. But yeah, we'll see if I keep vlogging. I decided to try it out just to like, as like another thing to do, because I find that if I have, even if it's just like a short chore that will take like 5 minutes, if I have one thing to do, I will try to do other things around it instead of doing the thing I need to do. So it's just like if I get like mad or frustrated with like a part of this project, this can be like another thing, maybe like a thing to vent to too, because just like my boyfriend will like let me yap forever and ever and ever, but it's just like at some point I kind of feel bad for him, I guess. So making a video kind of sounds fun sometimes. It's just kind of fun to like yap to myself and not feel like a crazy person talking to myself, which is what I'm doing right now. But oh well, at least I'm doing something productive. I don't know. Anyway, we'll see if I do it again.